Yeah, good evening everyone. Today I would like to tell you about the 19th general election which is going to take place in the month of April, and it will continue for almost 1.5 months, and the last phase or the seventh phase election will take place on the month of in the month of on the 1st June, and after 3 days the counting will take place, and on the 4th of June expectedly the result will come out, right, and thereafter the formation of government will take place. You see, this election is not the election of Gram Panchayat, this is not the election of municipality, and at the same time this is not the election of legislative assembly. This election is for selection or election of our representative who will formulate policies for entire government. So that is, the Lok Sabha will be formed with these representatives, right, who will make or formulate policies for the entire 142 crore people. So this is very vital election. Before, you see, remember, Indian election is the most expensive election, it is the most colorful election, and at the same time India is the world's largest democracy. So in this democracy, so many political parties, almost 6 national political parties, and all the regional political parties, and more than 2,000 unrecognized political parties are competing in this election for getting elected and to form their government, right. But this election will be mainly fought between two political parties. Number one, Indian National Congress, and the another is BJP. But what is the strength of these two parties? You see, in the 2019 election, the BJP alone got 303 seats. On the other hand, the Indian National Congress received how many seats? 52 seats. So that is why Indian National Congress has formed an alliance. That is a very very confusing alliance. Here they have given the name India, INDIA, as a short form of this is a very confusing name they have given, whatever it may be. But this is a 40-party alliance. On the other hand, Bharatiya Janata Party is their main target. You see, but in this election, before casting your vote, I would like to tell you about a few things. You must remember, before casting your vote, before giving your valuable vote to a particular political party and their representatives, right. You see, in the national election, you see, the people or the party who will form the government, you see, will bear a huge responsibility. And before giving your vote, definitely you must think and you must compare the report card of the other political parties. Please be wise, please be very specific, please be choosy, please think about our national interest, right. So give the national interest first priority and then cast your vote. See, what you should think? You must think about our national security, because India has many foes or enemies, particularly from our neighboring countries, so definitely you will give priority to our national interest. You will give vote to those candidates who belong to a national party, right, and who has the capacity to defend our country against enemies. From our experience, we have seen that the NDA government or the BJP government in last 10 years have proven themselves that yes, they can protect ourselves, they can protect the entire countrymen from the attacks of enemy countries, right. So at first, the first thing you should think about national security, number one. Number two, you will think about the economy. Economy is another very important thing, and You see, if you see the report card of the BJP or the Bharatiya Janata Party in last 10 years, when in 2014 the NDA government came to power, at that time India's position in the world was 10th. But in last 10 years, this government has been able to take our economy to a very high level. Today, India's economy is the fastest growing economy among the largest economies, and it is the fifth largest economy, leaving behind 189 other countries of the world. You just think, in last how many years? In last 77 years, India has achieved this, and particularly this achievement has been mainly been possible under the strong leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Number 2, so economic growth you should give importance. Number 3, if you think that infrastructure, see, infrastructure is very important thing. Without infrastructure, you cannot run, you cannot move, you cannot fly cars, vehicles. So infrastructure is very important. You should be happy to know that in previous years, under this government, almost 35 kilometer roads have been constructed every day. 35 kilometer road. Similarly, airports have been newly constructed. Then seaports have been constructed, and then many airports, seaports, and connections between rural roads and urban roads have been made. And the roads, the quality of the roads, the quality of infrastructure has been grown a lot, right? So quality of national highway is very important for movement. If we cannot move freely, if we cannot move smoothly, and then how can we go from one place to another? How can we do business? How can we improve our economy, right? So infrastructure is very good now under this government, right? And another thing is that I say that dignity, national prestige, national, now we have one kind of ahankar, now we have one kind of good feeling. We are thinking that yes, now we are Indian, and so many Indians are working hard by seeing the achievements of our Honorable Prime Minister. So you will see that how the government is working, the functioning of the government, how is it a good governance or bad governance? It seems that this government is very good. There is no corruption in this government. Till date, no corruption charges has been leveled even against any minister or major BJP leaders at national level. So this is a very good government, and this government is trying to bring back the stolen money. Those have been stolen by others, and the ED and CBI and other enforcement, this income tax department, they have recovered lots of money, okay, which is good for our country. Next, I would say India has formulated very strong foreign policy. When the Ukraine and Russian war still is going on, India was told not to buy crude oil from Russia, but defying all the restrictions, government of India have been bought or purchased crude oil from Russia. So India is having very good relation with Russia, and at the same time India is keeping good relation with USA also. So nowadays, in this global situation, today's situation, almost entire world, you may take USA, you may take UK, you may take other European countries, any African country, and other Asian countries, South Asian countries, and even the neighboring countries also have started respecting India. So this type of respect, this kind of reverence has never seen by Indians earlier before Narendra Modi, right? So you see, Indian economy, you will see, you will definitely think about Indian border system, you will see India's security, you will see Indian infrastructure, you will see Indian food security, you will think about Indian trade and commerce, you will think about Indian defense, you will think about India's space research, you will think about technology and science, you will think about tourism, you will think about spirituality, you will think about religion, you will think about our cooperation with our neighboring countries and with other South Asian countries and with all the important G20 countries and with all the other countries, how India's relation is now. So all these things, whether all other parties you think about the grand old party, you think about the regional parties like Trinamool Congress, AAP and so many parties, the alliance of INDIA, which is really very confusing, where most of the corrupt and some corrupt people and some small regional parties have joined in this group, so that they think that they will oust BJP government from power, and what they have done earlier. We have seen that in UPA 1 and UPA 2 there were so many corruptions, there were so many bribe taking, and there were so many wrong policy paralysis under the government of Dr. Manmohan Singh. So all these things you should think about, and then you must go to the booth for giving your valuable vote. Remember, this is the election, this is the national election, and in this national election, if we should form only a very strong government, if there is more strong government or stronger government or the strongest government if we can give to at the center, and then definitely they will formulate better policies for us. They will formulate formulate policies for national development, for national growth, for sustainable development, and our dignity, our prestige will be increased, our economy will be increased, and our job opportunities will be increased. More trade and commerce will take place, more entrepreneurs will be built, and more manufacturing industries will be grown, and job securities will be there, and decent jobs will be there, and our climate change our government will take policies for solving climate problems, and all these things will make our country a very important country, a global economy, where India will work more for the betterment of the people of this country and for the welfare of the others, particularly in the global arena. And India's growth, India's prosperity will be able to take place only with the formation of a strong central government, and that is why we should think that regional parties will never be able to form a good government, will not be able to a strong government. That is why to make a strong government at the center, we should formulate, or we should give, or we should cast our vote to only the national party, which has very good track record. And you see, before going to our booth, you will think about that, and I will request you to cast your vote wisely, right? To cast your vote very cautiously and thinking about the national interest, right? Thank you very much.